we're starting. I think we have started. Hi, everyone. It is Friday afternoon, and that means that you're probably busy cooking, and I'm probably busy avoiding cooking, making this video. Actually, I did better than usual today. I got out early, and I would take you into my kitchen to see my cooking if I didn't just set up my camera outside. Thanks, guys, for joining. So, since you are joining now, thanks so much. Hello, one and all. Send your hearts and hellos. It's such a gorgeous day outside. Forget this video. Wherever you are, just like throw down your phone and go outside. It's so much better out here. Yes, we're going to talk about life mission. We're going to hop right into it. And here is my observation. This is a very in vogue topic, a very coachy topic. The truth is, it's been a Torah topic since forever. Your life mission is your tafkid, that which you have been born for. This is what it's all about. And now as we come into redemption times and things are just becoming even more crystal clear and Hashem's light is so brilliant and bright, people are like, hey, what about me? What's my tafkid? What's my purpose? And the flip side of that light is that there's depression. There's a lot of depression in our world, and depression at its heart is a sense of not having a purpose. What am I doing here anyway? I feel so useless, empty, irrelevant. I feel so irrelevant. I don't even know why I'm getting up in the morning. So that's like the flip side of not being in life mission is so awful. It's really, really awful. And something that I noticed living here in the US of A is that we have a jealousy factor. Oh yeah. Our jealousy factor goes like this. We live in a very public world. We've got all this kind of media. And unlike other countries, in America, the extrovert is celebrated. You may have heard me talk about this a lot. It may just be my guilt at being an extrovert. But I do. I'm like, come on. This is not a fair, playing field for people's self-esteem, because in America, the extrovert, the more public you are, the more you are celebrated. The more you do, the doers celebrated. Now, if you go to other countries, this just isn't true. For example, I went to school in England. I went to Gateshead Seminary. And in Gateshead Seminary, it was very, very difficult to be a loud American, even when I wasn't being loud. As a matter of fact, I so badly wanted to do the thing right, that the day before I went to seminary, I remember this, okay, I'm in my living room. My sister had gone to this seminary before me, and I suddenly got nervous. I'm like, my hair is too long, it's not sneeze, it's not modest, cut my hair for me. So she cut it, and suddenly it went from like here to here. And then I was in the school for like another few days, and I started to notice like, wow, there's a lot of people with like buttoned up light blue Oxfords, and there was no uniform. But the more people that wore the light blue Oxfords, the more other girls wore the light blue Oxfords with a navy blue sweater, which I didn't own any. And I was like, I guess I better cut my hair some more. And I just kept cutting it. None of that helped the fact that I was a loud American. At the bottom of it, to be noisy, loud, and out there is just not celebrated in England. They've got other things that they celebrate. But in America they do. And so back to our life mission. So as we look towards what is my life mission, we've got, like I said, the unfair playing field, because people are looking around and they're like, oh, they started that organization. They're like really living. They're really living. They're really doing it. Their business is successful. They're in their mission. And maybe you don't use the word mission, but you just feel like they've got it. And I'm kind of like scraggling along trying to figure myself out. And this takes a tremendous toll. Yeah, this is like, and it really hurts me, because I speak to people all the time and they're like, and they say these words. I'm not even making up entertaining words to continue. This is what people say. They say like, but I'm not doing anything, but I don't do anything. I just take care of my kids, or I'm not doing anything. I take care of myself. And this is all not true. It's not true in the world of Hashem. So there is one easy step. I wasn't just giving you a title. There is one easy step to finding out your life mission. But I'm going to save it just a little bit, so hang out with me, okay? And I also have this. Ta-da! This is my coaching school manual with some life mission questions that I'm going to share with you. I always ask Hashem before I make these videos. I say, Hashem, like, what do you want your children to hear? I don't want to just get on Facebook Live and yap. And he just said, tell them I love them. Just tell them I love them. So, message from God, he loves you. And I was just introduced, by the way, recently to a book called Conversations with God, not a Jewish book, still a universally true book. I like to, in all these books, there's like a little, like there's like a couple of Christ paragraphs, just like whip them out. They don't need to be there. Universal truths are truths. And the guy says at the beginning something so beautiful. He says, I was just sitting there and I was thinking like, God, if only you would talk to me. I just wish you would talk to me. And then I heard this like voice say, I am. I was like, you are? He said, yeah, I'm always talking to you. Really? Yeah. You can talk right back to me. If you just listen, we can have a conversation. So the author said, so I started writing down this conversation. And I just kept writing and writing. And as soon as these conversations would begin, I would pick up my pen and I would hear Hashem, I would hear God actually answer me back. And he wrote this over a period of 3 years. And each time he would just like in mode of conversation, he would sit down and let his pen do the writing. It's an incredible book. But what he says at the beginning is, go write your own book. I invite you, he says, to have a conversation with God. Just be real quiet. Hashem, what goes on Facebook Live today? Tell my children I love them. It's such a great conversation. And he said, by the way, I love you too. It's good. So now we're going to get right into what is life mission work. One of the most, you know that book, Conversations with God? Rosalie, write down the author, because I think people should know. It's a very special book, and I haven't read any books from front to back in my entire life almost like this decade. I just read chapters and say like, whoa, truth, and recommend it. Now you got to go read the whole book, but it's worth reading. Okay, life mission work. How does it happen? Most important thing is to know what it is not. It is not your life mission to start an organization, feed starving children in Africa, be the rabbi of your shul, feed the homeless. These things are not life missions. These are what we call vehicles for your life mission. And this is the number one mistake that people make. They're looking around seeing all the vehicles and all the vessels that people are creating, and they're saying something is wrong with me because I have not created a vessel of that magnitude. So somehow I must not have a mission. No, this is not true. Those things are vehicles and vessels. So when you see someone's organization, when you see someone's something, you could say, wow, that's a gorgeous vessel for their life mission. Beautiful vessel. The idea of life mission is actually the piece of you, pardon me, reread, here we go with the definition, the piece of God that is reflected in you. The piece of God that is reflected in you. That's all it is. Your life mission is to reveal that truth and that beauty to the world. How it will be done, you shall be shown. Oh, will you be shown? I recently saw a Facebook video in one of my, getting lost in Facebook moments, where this woman was, you might have seen this video, the most prestigious pediatric oncologist. And what she did for pediatric cancer was unbelievable. And she spent her whole life doing this pediatric oncology, and she made breakthroughs in science. And then, towards the end of her life, no, she's still alive. I don't want to kill her prematurely. God, I think she's still around. She retired, and then she opened up a children's school. And she, when asked, so what is your mission? She said, my mission is to make a difference in the lives of children. That's her mission. So she's reflecting the peace of God that looks out for children, that's protecting children. Now, what if she had made the very silly mistake of saying, my mission is to cure cancer, and my mission is all about cancer? Guess what? When she would have been retired, do you know what would have happened? She would have just been depressed. She'd be sitting in Florida with her feet up thinking, my life is over, my mission is over. But it's not. Your mission doesn't end until you end. You are the mission just by being. So for those of you who are going to have to go, and I have so much to tell you, but I know it's Erev Shabbos, you can't stay on the whole day. I'm going to tell you the really, really quick answer to the one easy step to finding your life mission. And that is to live your life. Ta-da! Live your life. You have a master planner. You have an organizer. He has a very vested interest in you fulfilling your mission. He actually put you here for that. You are a unique and exquisite soul, the likes of which the world has never seen before. So when he put you here, he did put you here, and now he is arranging all the pieces so that this piece of you can be brought out. And sometimes it's brought out through incredible pain, and sometimes it's brought out through incredible joy. But it's always you. It's always you. One reason why this topic is so important is because there is so much self-judgment. That self-judgment that I spoke about at the beginning, the introvert, extrovert, but there's also this self-judgment of like I don't do so much. I'm more of a quiet person. I need a lot of self-maintenance. I just need to take care of myself. Like I don't have any big mission. Really, for real and for serious, you don't really have such a mission? Are you serious? Do you know about the part of Hashem that is all about quiet maintenance? What is the breath? Hashem is quietly maintaining us all the time. He's breathing into us. He's quietly maintaining us, and he doesn't make a big fuss. He just feeds us the air all the time. And you're like that. You're like the air. Maybe you're like the breath for your family. I have a friend who's an artist, and she does not have an easy life at all. Like really, there's some really bitter parts of her life. But then she talks about life, and she just appreciates the day. I'm loving your comments, guys. I don't want to answer all of them and be out of my flow, but they're coming at me and they're encouraging me, and I'm soaking them in. And there, they're still here. Hi, Nishi. Just came home from school. I'm talking about your life mission. Everyone's life mission. This one, she began her life mission very, very early, right? When she got burnt by a pot of French fry oil, and it spilled all over her. And she was in incredible pain. And then I wrote about it. She watched a lot of TV. It's fun. At the hospital. Yeah. And then we wrote about it. And within a few days, 16,000 people read it. Because what we did for her is we did this remedy where you grind up potatoes. This is very important to know. This is worth interrupting the whole life mission video for this, because this one over here has helped a lot of people in her life already. You grind up potatoes and put them on the burn and leave them there for as long as, let's say, 20 minutes, a half an hour. Take them off, put on a new set of potatoes. Well, we took her to Hopkins, and they were so busy with all this busy work and just getting the paperwork ready, and they just left her there. And it's a very good hospital, but this is hospital procedure. In the meantime, she had the potatoes on her, and when they went to wash her off in the shower to wash off the potatoes, what did they find?
It was like this small.
Yep. It was like that small. And how big is your scar now?
This small.
Mm-hmm. And I still get calls from people who tell me that they did the potato remedy. One of my daughter's teachers told me, don't touch that, honey. I got burnt in the morning. I had to go to school, so I held a potato in my hand while I was driving. Anyway, thank you. Teacher. Yes, you got started young. I'm going to sit right here because I have Wi-Fi here. Okay, sweetie? Okay. Okay. They're coming home from school. Okay, we're going to get to the practical part of this video. The most practical thing that you could know is that you're already fulfilling your mission. Another thing you should know is that when I was younger, yes, this question tortured me. This is probably why it's such a passion for me. I just felt like I have all this energy inside of me, and what am I supposed to do for this? Yes, raw potatoes. Please do raw potatoes and do them as quick as you can. They draw out the heat. I'm just answering someone who's asking a question. They draw out the heat. And then feel free to contact me, because the woman who brought this remedy to life also created a special cream, this wound cream that I put on afterwards for a month. It's incredible, incredible stuff. Yeah, her burn was all over her chest. It was insane. And they didn't want to put her. Oh, it was crazy. It was crazy. While the ambulance was here, I was like, no, I got to grind potatoes. I'm grinding potatoes. And we did it. Thank God it was my other daughter she remembered from my sister-in-law, Yaeli, and may all of our pains help other people. And there is a woman, so interesting that Hashem brought us on the burn topic. I don't know why. I hope this helps someone, but I hope no one gets burned. There's a woman named Malka Abramson, I think her name is. You've got to read her book. It's called Who by Fire. And basically her house was on fire, her children were asleep, and her mother was in the house. She walked through a wall of fire, saved her children, saved her mother, got out of the house. She was in such shock, she didn't even realize that the skin at the bottom of her feet had melted off. And she was in such shock, she just walked out in her nightgown, and people were like, hey, maybe we should help that lady. They didn't even realize what happened to her. And so she's walking through the streets of Old Jerusalem, just like her feet melted, her skin melted, just kind of dazed. And finally, in Jerusalem, there's all kinds of steps. She had to walk down the steps by herself to the ambulance. And finally, she got treatment, and she was in the hospital for months. And she wrote her story, and now she has a burn association that is there to disseminate any and all information. They also found Hashem's story. And one of the most beautiful things in that book is that she talks about how there was a man who was in the hospital all the time, and he would stand outside of the bathroom when they would put her in an ice bath. Every single day she had to have an ice bath, and it was the most excruciating thing ever, and the pain was intense, and she couldn't help crying out. And this man stood there, and he said, I'm just here just so you shouldn't be alone. And he was a Holocaust survivor, and he knows what pain is, and this is where he chose to spend his life, is on the burn unit with people who are in the most excruciating acute pain. And there you go. That's his life mission. Quiet. We don't choose our life mission. It finds its way to us. The vehicle finds its way to us. Like Malka. Like that woman. She would not have said, I need to know, she's the piece of Hashem that helps people, that reflects courage. She would not have gone out and said, I think I would like to get burned so now I could help, God forbid, so now I could help other people. We don't get to choose our vehicles. God chooses them for us. And that's where we get so confused, is that we're searching, where should I put this energy? The one simple way to know your life mission is to live with Hashem, and He will make it shown to you. I'll tell you something personal, since this has changed from my notes to my back door. So I lead women's things, and a lot of that actually came out because I just felt like I don't know how to deal with men, honestly. I was like, I'm too caring, I'm too nurturing. I personally can't find the balance. I just don't want anything to do with them. I probably shouldn't say that online, but like, that's really where it came from, is like, I'm a very nurturing person. So I started to just pull away and pull away and pull away. But actually that was Hashem directing me towards working with women. And so I always had these like questions in my mind, like, I'm leading women, but I'm not connecting up with JWRP. That's the Jewish Women's Renaissance Program. And they take trips to Israel. And I'm not connecting up with all of these great things. And as I was living my life, and I did have some opportunities with Esha Torah, and it just never was the it. And I didn't feel so perfect about it. At some point, I just got curious. Why am I not doing this? What is there for me? And then a crazy thing happened this week. Okay, so what happened is that, well, let's go back to last year where I was just living my mission. I wasn't doing like anything extraordinary. There was the teacher named Chana Bracha from Bad Ayin. She was in town, and she said, I'm doing a retreat. Can you come help me? You can lead some kind of dance or movement thing. And back in the day, I used to dance. I still love to dance. No fancy moves, just dancing. I said, sure, I would love to. I'll do it on a Saturday night. And I'll tell you the truth, folks, I really did it out of the goodness of my heart, because I don't really leave the house at night, not too much. So I went there, and it was a great event, and I brought my two friends, and they did amazing. I brought my friend Susan Stern, my friend Michelle, and they also contributed. And there was a woman named Pamela Wyman. also known as Rachel Wyman, and we struck up a connection. Next thing I know, 1 year later, I'm getting a call, an email last week from Rachel Wyman. And she said, okay, I might faint, but this actually happened. I almost did faint when I saw her in person. I was like, I'm like an old man. You know, old men get heart attacks when they get news. I feel like that right now. So just say the words very, very slowly. So she said, there's a woman named Naomi Greenberg, and she is a powerhouse of passion. And she has, and she is creating a campaign, which you guys will all find out about, of 40 days of gratitude of thanking Hashem. And she's going to get 100,000 women together on the 40th day or on the 41st day to make a big celebration. It's going to bring incredible miracles. It's going to bring incredible relationships. And she said, what I want to do is I want to culminate those 40 days in Israel on a 4 or 6 day Emunah trip. And I want you to lead it. And I'm like, what? No, what? How? Hi, give me some hearts. My heart was like, cuckoo. This is my dream. I'm going to go to Israel. I'm going to lead women. I didn't even know at the time that I'm going to be planning the trip. I get to plan the itinerary, plan the experiences for people, and it's all for Hashem and it's all for Emunah. This is like the highest of high. It's higher than any organization that I ever dreamed. How come that's not my vessel or my vehicle? Hashem had the whole thing planned all along. What did he need from me? He needed one thing from me, to live my life. At the heart of it, your life mission takes place in the inner core, in the core place. This is where you're going to change everything. This is where it happens. You know, I'll tell you 3 miracle stories that just happened. I was coaching this girl, and she was having a really rough day. I mean, she has a lot of trauma anyway. So you're saying wow about that? Yes, I will give you the information and put it on your calendar, and I'm going to tell you stories about miracles, because it's going to take a miracle to make it happen, to make you be able to come. It's at the end of January. So this girl has had a lot of trauma, this young woman, and so much so that even her voice is extremely soft. It's soft. She was having a really rough day, and I'm getting a call from my husband as he's telling me it's carpal tunnel. Oh, yay. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Guess what? Life calls right in the middle of this. I have so much more to tell you on Life Mission. Just tell me you'll be back, because I'll tell you what I want to do. Now that you understand the idea of Life Mission, what I want to give you is some practical questions and tips to be able to help you to write down your life mission, because the gift of knowing what is the essence of you, what piece of Hashem you're reflecting, is that you can bring it with you everywhere. And you can ask yourself, how does this situation help me with my life mission? How is Hashem building me? Or you can walk into a room and you can know how you can be there for people. It's a tremendous perspective when you understand that which is being built in you. So even though you already are in your life mission as we speak, when I give you the questions and the tools, they do exist. I'm not making it up. Here we go. Here's my paperwork. When you have the questions and the tools that will lead you through this exercise of finding it, it's incredibly exciting. And when I do that, God willing, I'm gonna press that little button that allows you to join me on Facebook Live, and we can talk together. For now, thank you everyone for joining, and because you're here, I'm going to go take you into a Shabbos house, because Shabbos is amazing, and that's really all that counts. And it smells really good in here. And here is, oh wait, how do I flip this camera? Flipping the camera. Good Shabbos, everyone. There's the Shabbos table waiting to be set. Minky did a great job setting it. And here's the kitchen, there's the dog, here's the challah, there it is, and the chicken soup. Wouldn't be a Jewish home without the chicken soup. And what's in there? Yeah, I actually cooked this morning. I'm feeling pretty good. Okay, so that means that I get to wish you all a very good Shabbos. And God bless you all. And I just want to say, I don't know what it is about today. Amazing energy. Such good people are on this Facebook Live. Good people. I love you all. And It's a special kind of love. It's not a cheap love. It's just like I feel like when we talk, we're sitting in the love of Hashem, so we can connect there for real. There's a lot of lovingness here. Take it home with you. Take it into Shabbos. Bye-bye, everyone, and be well. Stay tuned for part 2, sabbatical greetings. Take to your part 2, the practical exercise. Bring your pen and paper for that one. Bye, guys. Bye, Cece. I never know how to say your name. DRS's. Bye, Tammy. Who else we got? Bye. Bye, Adrian. I got to go get my car keys. Who else am I saying goodbye to? Bye, John Kaplan, who just came on. Goodbye. Good Shabbos. Who else is here? Say good Shabbos if you're here so I could say goodbye to you. Minx, do you know where my keys are? Ah, here's my keys. Keys. Where are you going? I'm going to carpool. Tati called and I just realized it's 1 o'clock. Goodbye, folks. If you're just joining, hope you get to see the replay. It was really fun being here. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.